the local news bulletin file here on Star Television Network, Channel 21. I am Sienna Wright. First, the headlines. The Chief Executive Officer, Protection Plus Services Limited in Lagos, Nigeria, Dr. Ubon King, has said people's inability to develop themselves through creative thinking largely accounts for developed deficits.
Being mature does not mean you because you are of age, that means you are mature. No, you can actually be somebody who is old enough, but you are not intelligent enough. So you now become a risk to the society in the future.
Campaign for Good Governance has organized a 2-day training workshop for 50 in the Western Area Rural District.
So we want to know, they can't train the woman there for how for ask them, say like if water not in your community, how for go engage them, because we know say most of the women they're not educated enough for able for ask for what they want.
A philanthropist, Halaji Isa Katko Kamara, has donated food items to worshippers of the Jamil Sharif Minde Central Mosque in Freetown.
Yeah, let and send message in the whole area for make sure say peace reign and the people them take and say election done.
The Order of the St. John Paul II on Monday 13th May 2019 held a press conference with media practitioners in order to popularize the organization's activities and plans for future development at the Pastoral Center, Syke Street.
The second program is dealing with water resources, water shortages, and trying to find safe, reliable, potable drinking water supplies for the populations of the communities in which we're serving.
All this, including sports, will be part of the bulletin. It's now time for the news in detail with me, Sienna Wright. The Chief Executive Officer, Protection Plus Services Limited in Lagos, Nigeria, Dr. Ubon King, who is a guest speaker in the National Association of Nigerian Students annual conference held at the Miata Conference Hall on Tuesday, 14th May 2019, has said people's inability to develop themselves through creative thinking largely accounts for developed deficits and called on African students to be more innovative. He spoke to Abdurrahman Kamara when he visited our studios in this interview.
Now, in Nigeria, 75% of the population are youth under 45. If a population is quoted to be 180 million, that means youth are 135 million. But the UN has said that we are probably like 201 million. Now, if you have 135 million, are we ready to actually fulfill our responsibilities in the near future? Now, by some reason, we all have to go through education. We have systems that we should put in place, getting ready for that responsibility. But truth be told, a lot of us have not gone through that exercise. Being mature does not mean you because you are of age, that means you are mature. No, you can actually be somebody who is old enough, but you are not intelligent enough. So you now become a risk to the society in the future. So what is missing in the gap, apart from education, is mentorship. They need to show you how to do, they need to show you what to do. Mentorship is actually wisdom without the pain. We don't have to repeat the pain. People that have succeeded, people that have gotten there, have a responsibility to show the younger ones how they did it so they can come up, because the whole world is a competitive space. If you don't teach the young ones how to make it, other people will take advantage of that space. And that's why when they said I should come to Sierra Leone, I did not only look at the Nigerian students, I look at also the Cameroonian students who would also be there and tell them that, look, whatever is a weakness in Nigeria is also a weakness in Cameroon, in Sierra Leone. So coming here to Sierra Leone, I see that we're all the same shape, same sizes, and the same itinerary. If Sierra Leone is going to become a world power, which I see them become, it will take the young people to begin to make that happen now. First of all, is wisdom without the pain. Why would you take 20 years to accomplish something when you can be mentored and achieve it in 4 or 5 years? I don't need to go around the whole. I found out this is the shortcut because you are coming here. This is where you are coming. So why allow you go through all that just to get here? Because the time you are wasting there, technology has changed. Everything has changed. Jack Ma said 800 million jobs will be taken from the system in the next 30 years. So our children, your children, my children, the ones coming behind us, will not be competing against each other, but will be competing against machines, against technology. Right now, you have technology taking over the whole world. Are we ready for the takeover of artificial intelligence? No. Because we need to also get ready and train our people to be ready to win that battle as at now. Robots are everywhere. We can't keep quiet. We need to start up. And it will take us to say, okay, anybody that's under 40 years old, let's invest in them quickly. United Arab Emirates, as I speak to you, the head of their NASA is a 24-year-old boy. In 2017, Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum woke up and said he was going to appoint ministers, and he appointed Oman bin Sultan Al Olama, 27-year-old boy, as the Minister of Artificial Intelligence. That they should start building houses in planet Mars by 2117. 100 years projection. The man is 64 years old. He would not live to 164. The boy is 27. He would not live to 127. They are not thinking of the next election. They are thinking of the next generation. We need to wake up.
Campaign for Good Governance has organized a 2-day training workshop for 50 in the Western Area Rural District aimed at capacitating them on democratic dialogue and accountability. Andrew Bestman has the detail.
Speaking during the training, one of the volunteers of Campaign for Good Governance, Fatmata Din Sise, said the training was to capacitate young women in the district to be able to monitor activities such as projects existing in their different communities and report findings of those activities. She disclosed that the training workshop was organized in 3 districts in the country on local and central government policies.
Campaign for Good Governance selects 50 women in the Western Rural, which comprise of 4 areas, when Western Charlotte, Gloucester, Tombo, and Waterloo. Select them 50 women there for can train them, for can capacitate them, for how for demand for service delivery. We they train them as monitors them, for go about, for engage the duty bearers them, when are parliamentarians, councillors, the district councils them, for how for demand for service delivery. How if, because most of the times the woman them can depressed, the woman them they suffer, then they marginalize. So we want to know, they can't train the woman there for how for ask them, say like if water not there in your community, how for go engage them, because we know say most of the women they're not educated enough for able for ask for what they want. So they can't train them, they can't develop their skills them for able for go about and for go engage them parliamentarians, they have to go engage them councillors, they have to go engage the local councils them.
The councillor for Ward 396, Madisu Kamara, and a participant, Christiana Mansari, from Charlotte's community, both thanked and commended the organization for organizing a short training workshop, which, according to them, will help women to be able to identify and monitor all sector space in their communities, such as health, energy, water, and sanitation.
I want to tell CGG, Campaign for Good Governance, what we thank, because then they try for empower with the woman, and then they try for make sure say the woman then take the lead. As we the woman then we are vulnerable, so that they make us feel so overexcited because of this initiative for empower the woman then at the different districts within the Western Area Rural District, for make sure say then self able for do the work now from different community there. After Campaign for Governance, Boku thank you.
The 2-day training workshop, organized for women in the district, will motivate them to be able to monitor all local and central government policies in health, energy, water, and sanitation that are existing in their communities. Andrew Bestman reporting.
A philanthropist, Halaji Isa Katko Kamara, has donated food items to worshippers of the Jamil Sharif Minde Central Mosque in Freetown as a gesture of goodwill in the holy month of Ramadan, amid cementing a strong relationship of peace and tranquility amongst the 16 tribes of the country. Andrew Bestman reports.
Addressing worshippers during the Friday Juma congregational prayers, Alhaji Isa Katko Kamara said the visit to the Jamil Sharif Mende Central Mosque, apart from the donation, is to demonstrate the Islamic culture of unity amongst Muslims devoid of religion, ethnicity, and religion, opened that the gesture will serve as a symbol of patriotism and good relationship amongst the 16 tribes in the country, that irrespective of our backgrounds, we are one family.
Last year, on the 6th of April 2018, after the election, problem is all over the country where people are in effect. So I've been come pray that Juma Day and come plead to the people of Naya, say, do ya let them send message in the whole area for make sure say peace reign and the people them take and say election done. Whether don't win, it don't win. Whether nobody no loss. If you one person win, now the country win. And I come back to the win May 10, 1 month, 1 year, 1 month and few days, where it meet up with the first Friday of Ramadan. For say thanks to the same Jamaat who have been come during the time we really what have been around me eye. For saying waiting at the sea now, alhamdulillah. Even if other people in the toxic or people in the same wrong, but at least peace day, so that make a kind at this particular time.
Chairman of the Jamil Sharif Mende Central Mosque, Alhaji Salu Ndole, and one of the imams of the mosque, Sheikh Mohammed Ahmed Dukiri, both commended the efforts of Alhaji Isa Katko for making the donation possible, and he strives in building a healthy and good relationship amongst Muslims across the country.
Alhaji Isa Katko Kama can for donate rice and money for Sunakati for less privileged members of the Jama. Now a tradition would make Sunakati Naya and year in year out it can come and make the donation and it can party.
Alhaji Isa Katko would regard Naya as part and parcel of this mosque. Not only one or twice or thrice. They don't kind of boku in a part of this mosque, like how I'm talking, and it don't do boku good. So this donation what you don't can do today, this Sunakati what you don't can do, we all they pray God for let God double in effort and let God pay the promise what the payment what He promised to do us.
Donation of food items to various mosques in the country is not only beneficial to vulnerable Muslims during the holy month of Ramadan, but will help serve as a catalyst to promote peace and unity among Muslims across the country. Andrew Bestman reporting.
You're still with the local news bulletin file here on Star Television Network Channel 21, and the Order of St. John Paul II on Monday 13th May 2019 held a press conference with media practitioners in order to popularize the organization's activities and plans for future development at the Pastoral Center, Syke Street. George Elliott Sam was in attendance and files in this report.
The Order of St. John Paul II is an order of Catholic men and women, including the lay people, clergy, and religious, united in service to the Catholic Church throughout the world. The organization has held a press conference with media practitioners on Monday, the 13th of May 2019, in order to popularize the organization and also to explain about their activities and future endeavors. While speaking to Star Television in an interview, the Supreme Architect Terry F. Reeds said, "The organization is based in California, USA, and I have been with the local order in Sierra Leone, courtesy of the Executive Director of Caritas Freetown." He went further to say that they have visited and discussed with all the Catholic bishops and other representatives in Sierra Leone. The visit is all about to help the needy and the poor, and also to improve the life of people in Sierra Leone, especially those in the remote areas.
Okay, I'm going to talk about the two that are going to have the broadest effect on the country first. The first has to deal with educational infrastructure. We are looking at existing schools that need to have intervention, if you will. They've had deferred maintenance for an extended period of time, and they have problems. Broken windows, paint that's deteriorating, foundations that are cracked and settling, schools that don't have proper toilets and sanitation facilities for the students. The second program is dealing with water resources, water shortages. and trying to find safe, reliable, potable drinking water supplies for the populations of the communities in which we're serving. We're proposing to do that by wells, installation of wells, and using geophysical techniques to determine which formations we take the water from. Then a third program that we're going to be doing is pretty much strictly to help the various bishops in the diocese in which we are operating by providing them, designing and building for them a retirement village of retirement homes of some sort for the aged priests and nuns are not understood, and sisters that operate, that have operated in the country, but when they get up to a certain age or they become ill or infirm and they have to retire, that they do not have adequate support to live out their lives.
Speaking in an interview, Stephen Nido, coordinator, Sierra Leone chapter, said they have had a fruitful discussion with the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education and the Ministry of Water Resources, and they have also visited the Sierra Leone Brewery to have information on the Heineken Foundation, which also aid in financing similar projects.
This organization is basically to the intent going into infrastructure development to complement the efforts of the Catholic Mission towards their programs in the country. And basically, we are looking at three facets. One, the homes for retired priests and nuns. Number two, we are interested in improving on the educational sector in the country, being the flagship program of the current president. And we have also noticed that a lot of mishaps have happened along the way to our guard children in trying to collect water because of the poor conditions, the strains that they go through. Some children get up for 3-4 a.m. in the morning, they go to get water. And in the process, a lot of things happen to them. So we want to believe that if there are good condition water supply in the community that may be serving about 15,000 people, that will at least help to minimize some of these things. We are not saying it's going to be completely 100%. And the intention of the other is also to improve on not only getting water for the place, but even the toilet facilities. There is this wash program which they also intend to look at.
The aim and objective of the organization is for them to help and improve the life of people in Sierra Leone in the area of education, water, and housing. For Star News in Freetown, I am George Elliott Sam.
And now to round up the news, let's join our sport correspondent Hilton John for some sporting updates.
Hello everyone, welcome for today's sporting news. We start to look at the scene. In the ongoing First Division competition organized by the Western Air Football Association, 24 teams are competing in the Western region. Real Mac Football Club have secured a second consecutive win in the ongoing competition. We saw they succeeded against Godrich United, and of late we saw what they did against Obama Football Club at the Circus Stadium practicing ground. Here is the highlights of the matches. Congratulations to Real Mac Football Club. Coming up on Thursday, the Sierra Leone Police team will be playing against Stationary at the Atsugan Mini Stadium. Despite the match coming up on Thursday for the Sierra Leone Police, the team is mourning the death of African Chicha, known as Bendo. He was former player of the Sierra Leone Police, known as African Chicha, one of the best midfielders. He has passed away. May his soul continue to rest in perfect peace. On behalf of the sport team in the Media One Center, I want to extend our condolence to the Bendo family for the loss of the young one. In the Sierra Leone Premier League, coming up on Wednesday, Freetown City Council will play against Bull Rangers at the Circus Stadium. Both managers are optimistic of getting results. According to the Chief Executive Officer of Ball Rangers Football Club, who is Babadi Kamara, he's optimistic that this second round is a turning point for Ball Rangers. They're playing against the Mayor Boys. 4:30 will be the time on Wednesday at the Circus TV Stadium. Go and watch the best of the Sierra Leone Premier League. And coming up on Saturday is one of the biggest matches in the second phase. The two consecutive winners in the competition for the second round in 2 matches win for them. All Edwardians will play against FC Calon, second place in the league. If FC Calon secure win against All Edwardians on Saturday, they will top the Sierra Leone Premier League. So it's going to be one of the biggest matches in the league. On Saturday, we'll be watching All Edwardians Football Club will play against FC Calon at the Circus TV Stadium. Finally, in the international scene, congratulations to Man City Football Club. They are the champions in this year's Premier League in England. They succeeded in their last match, getting the ticket as the champions. Here's the highlights of the celebration.
Here hampered by injuries himself. 34 now, just turned 34 last weekend. They're waiting for the magician, David Silva. Another one getting his 4th winner's medal. Not on the evidence of his recent performances. His 11th season at the club. Captain, leader, legend, and scorer of that goal on Monday that set up the platform for today.
He's a giant for Manchester City, a giant in the Premier League.
England's highest quality title race of all time, but coming out on top again in the Premier League, Manchester City.
Congratulations to Man City Football Club, and better luck next time to Liverpool and Chelsea, who ended 2nd and 3rd in this season league. Unfortunately for Arsenal, they wholly depend on the UEFA finals before they can succeed against Chelsea. Coming out in the next 2 weeks, maybe they qualify to the Champions League. That's all for sport. Back to Isiana in the studio.
Thank you very much, Hilton, for that sporting update. Well, that's all we have for you here in our local news bulletin file for the hour on Star Television Network, Channel 21. I am Sienna Wright. Thanks for watching, and do stay with us.